Sup? Welcome to the show that breaks down the wompiest womps, the wubbiest wubs, the deepest, darkest dubstep beats, any and all bass in your face. I'm your host, Dubstep Pat, and this is Dubstep.
Do you love bass in your face, deep, deep, dark dubstep beats, dubstep beats? Do you love bass in your face? Wait for the bass drop. Dubstep beats, wompiest womps and wubbiest wubs, transformer sex, break out the fix, mosh pit, headbang, space pot, head clang, bro step, dubstep. Do you love bass in your face, deep, deep, dark dubstep beats, dubstep beats? Give me a light show, laser tonight show, dubstep beats, bro step, dubstep, break your neck on the rail, laser tonight, follow the light, and oh, those dubstep beats.
Yo, welcome back to the show, welcome back to the show. Dubstep Pat doing it every day, every damn day. That's for sure. I'm here every day in the trenches, curating dubstep content for you, because I know y'all are we gotta keep dubstep alive, hashtag save dubstep. I know you guys got a lot of shit in your life you have to deal with. You're I got so many things to worry about. One thing you don't have to worry about is curating dubstep content. That's why you tuned into the show. That's why I already know you hit that subscribe, smash that subscribe, smash it, yo. Boom, smash it like a drop button, yo. I know you're already asking yourself last episode was a fucking banger, son. I fucking like that. I like that. What is the track gonna be today that we're talking about? I know you want to know, and so I want to tell you today's track is gonna be, it's a classic. It's a new song, but it's a new classic. People are yo, this shit's instant classic. For me, this one was 3-month classic. For me, it can't be same day classic unless it's Skrillex. Maybe throw those X's up, my boy X-ish, Yo, this track is a 3-month classic. Actually, a Billboard dance electronic top 10 track. For me, Billboard's kind of doesn't even have that much dubstep. Shouts out Billboard, even though not enough dubstep. Also, this was a festival banger, all festival season last year. People were loving this one. I see you 2021, festival season 2021, y'all. I see you 2021. I see you festival season 2021, y'all. Stay safe, wash your hands, whatever. We will have festival season again, I believe. This was also, a TikTok phenomenon, which, shouts out TikTok for putting this track in the spotlight. The track, if you don't already know, from all the clues that I just gave you, the track we're talking about today is GRIZTRONICS. GRIZTRONICS. This is a track that I personally would give probably either 14 pieces of gum or 4 light shows to. If I had to rate this track, somewhere in the ballpark of 14 sticks of gum, 4 light shows. That's the rating I'm gonna assign this hashtag new classic. I also want to I want to talk about the artist behind the track, the DJ behind the banger. This one was a little bit challenging for me, honestly, because basically it's 2 artists. It says it in the track title, it's Griz, Subtronics, GRIZTRONICS, Griz, Subtronics, GRIZTRONICS. Yo, I'm basically ethically a journalist, shouts out journalism. I have journalistic ethics and ethicalness or whatever. So I was how can I in the format of my program where I have to talk in depth about the artist behind the track and everything. How can I do that fully for 2 different humans, two artists? This song, GRIZTRONICS, it was featured on a Griz project. The name of that project was Bangers2.zip. Basically, I was yo, I'll focus more on Griz because this song was on his project. Griz was born Grant Kowalski or whatever. That was his birth name, his DJ name is Griz, but people in the street would say hey Grant, what's up? What's up, Grant? Grant, Griz, these days, he lives in, downtown Denver. Shout out Red Rocks, Colorado. That's my fam, second home. Shout out the 303, shout out 303. In my opinion, the country stops at Colorado, you know what I'm saying? Hey, haha. But, he was born in the suburbs of Detroit. Detroit, is a mecca, people are yo, Detroit, techno, mad crazy, that's cool. Techno, that's, fine. For me, I'm, techno, because I like dubstep. I probably haven't maybe made myself clear, but what I like is dubstep and bass, not into techno, For me it's meh, but it is still electronic music. And so for me, if I had to rank it, it's kind of yo, dubstep, other electronic music, like all other music, and then like Taylor Swift, you know, is my personal opinion, like all plur vibes, like shouts to everybody, shouts to Taylor, like everybody, you know, like that was a great Netflix doc. Anyways, like, so basically he started playing like saxophone, piano in elementary school and was like musical and stuff, which is like, that's cool, but like I don't really fuck with instruments. Yo, like why wasn't he like taking his action figure, Transformer action figures and like making them have sex? Cause like that's the sounds that I like. Did you listen to the theme song? I actually saw an interview with like Griz, you know, and he was like, yo, like when I was 14, like my friend, his older brother was like, yo, this is Ableton. Hey, hell yeah, Ableton. Ableton is how you make dubstep. If you don't know, that now you know. You know, like Ableton is what you make dubstep with. People make other music with Ableton, but like mainly like dubstep is what I'm care about, like being made from Ableton, you know? So he like learned about Ableton, and then like also something called like IDM, which is like, I don't know, like intentional like dance music. My only intention is to like listen to dubstep. For me, like I'm like chill if like the intention is to make dubstep or like play dubstep, or like the intention is to like listen to dubstep. He said he like learned about Ableton and IDM, and then like also weed. A weed 420, and I had to be like, hey, weed. Shouts out weed, shouts out weed, shouts out weed, shouts out weed. 420, blaze it, blaze it. That's what I was like. So he was like, yeah, like Ableton, IDM, and weed, like it all happened when he was 14, and he was just like, my brain was like, boom, boom. Which is like hella dope, you know, because like when I was 14, I was like still watching the OC. Shouts out Seth Cohen. Shouts out Orange County, California. Shouts out Sandy Cohen. But yeah, like that's what I was into when I was 14. So like then like, you know, Griz, like he like graduated high school and then he went to college. Yeah, I go to college, son. So he went to Michigan State, which makes sense because like he grew up like outside Detroit. So he was like, hey, Michigan State. In another interview, I heard him say like he basically like majored in partying. That's like my shit. Like I love partying. If I had to like rate things I like, it's like dubstep, partying. No, it's probably like dubstep, weed, partying. Dubstep, weed, partying. Dubstep, partying, like weed. But it's like dubstep, weed, and partying are like all in there together. Like those are my top three like hobbies. It's just like it's all in there. Like, but it's like plur vibes, you know. He was like partying at Michigan State, and like he had friends who were like in fraternities, like frat life. He would like had some friends in frats, and so he was like DJing and stuff. He even went to like South Dakota or something, like played a show, and he was like, yo, this is crazy, like someone paid me to come to South Dakota to like play my music. That's the climb, you know. Shout out Miley on that one. And then after a little while at Michigan State, he was like, yo, I'm outie, I gotta drop that shit, like it's hot. Music over learning. Stay in school, kids, but like also like music is doper than learning in my opinion. Anyways, he like drops out, and then basically he was like, he dropped the project like End of the World Party in 2011, and like that's that shit that made him start to blow. From that, like he got to like open for some artists that I'm like, yeah, like, you know, whatever. Pretty Lights, Schematic, Big Gigantic, which like they don't make dubstep. If you're into that, like whatever. The real thing is like he got to open for like the dude, the guy that like made this all happen for me, the god, Bass Nectar. Shouts out Lauren, like thank you Bass God. He got to open for Bass Nectar, so like that's sick. That's fucking wild. Like that's fucking tight. Litty like a titty, you know. After that, like Griz is like just, he's been like a machine. He just like puts out music hella. 2012. He dropped Mad Liberation. 2013, he dropped like Rebel Era. 2015, he dropped the project Say It Loud. 2016, he dropped like Goodwill Prevail. Last year, 2019, he dropped the project Ride Waves. So he has like 5 albums and like, you know, like a lot of tracks. He sold out Red Rocks like times and stuff. He does like a Christmas thing, Detroit. Shouts out doing charity. Like charity's tight. Like charity is lit, you know. Like I like support charity, you know, and like support people that do charity or whatever. Basically, you know, like he dropped all those albums, and like for me, I was always just kind of like, yo, I'm not interested. You play saxophone, and like I don't want to feel like I'm in a fucking cafe. I want to feel like I'm at a dubstep show. Like I want to feel like I'm on the rail. So like when you listen to like that music and you're like, yo, like it's like funk or like it's like soul, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not dubstep. He's also like always playing like a saxophone, and I'm like, yeah, that's like an instrument. The instrument should be like the beats, wubs, and the dubs. My favorite instrument is probably like wubs or dubs. So like when someone plays on a saxophone like over a beat, I'm kind of just like, yo, like, am I drinking a latte right now? Like, am I like eating a fucking scone? Not for me, but like shouts to it, plur vibes. But then like Griz was like, yo, dubstep Pat. Like, I mean, not directly, but like just like he was like doing his art or like music or whatever, and it caught my attention because he put out a project called like Bangers1.zip. I was like, oh, like I like bangers. This is called Bangers, and I listened to it and I was like, oh shit, like these are some kind of like some bangers. I was like, that's some wubby dubby goodness. Wubby dubby. So like that was like the wubby dubby goodness, you know? And he put out bangers 1.zip, and then he put out bangers 2.zip, and then he put out bangers 3.zip, and then he put out bangers 4.zip, and I was like, yo, these are all bangers.zip. And like that's what brings us to our track, like, yo, GRIZTRONICS, that was like the first track on bangers 2.zip. Basically, I heard GRIZTRONICS and I was like, ooh, shit, this should be hitting different. And like that's a spoiler for later in the song, or you never heard it. We put that out on like Dead Beats with our boy Subtronics. It's not like a feature, like I don't know, like when there's like a like dubstep song and they're like featuring this guy, I'm like, what does that mean? Did one of you like make most of this beat and like the other guy just like came up with like, this should be hitting different? Or was this like a full collab, but like because you're a bigger artist, like you're gonna put it out so like that the smaller artist name like gets more out there? I mean, I don't really understand like the business of it. All I understand is like the headbanging of it, you know? I'm like, could I ride the rail to this? And I'm like, hell yeah, I could. But yeah, so like that brings us to our boy Subtronics, which like, you know, like I told you guys, like I love like this, like these bangers like from Grant Griz, but like the other stuff I'm kind of like, yo, like keep your cafe shit to yourself, because like saxophone is whack, like not down with the sax. It's like, it's not dubstep. This is cooler than this. You know what I mean? Like think about it, like this. That's cooler than this. That's much cooler. Like this is not as cool as this. Like, so let's talk about Subtronics, because he's my boy. Like he makes like dubstep, so you know he's my boy. Gotta shout out Miley on this one, but he's been on that climb, you know, like he's on the climb. He makes rhythm, which like people are like, yo, what is rhythm? And I'm like, yo, like basically people disrespected dubstep, and like people like continue to disrespect dubstep, and that's why like I'm here like in the trenches, like making a show like about dubstep, like the classic dubstep, but like also like state of current day dubstep. And like, but because people like disrespected dubstep, like now basically like people call dubstep rhythm. But like, yo, if you listen to it to me, like tell me that shit's not like a dubstep like bass banger, you know? Like I like bass music, I like rhythm, I like dubstep. Like for me it's like, yo, is there bass? Like can I fucking headbang to it? Is it filthy? Is it dirty? Does it have a good drop? Fucking get loose to it. Like, can I get lit to it? Subtronics, his name is Jesse Cardon. And, like, he's from, like, Philadelphia, PA. You know, like, shouts out to Philly. Like, never been there, really. But, like, I sure is dope because, you know, Subtronics came from there. Like, shouts out Jesse. Jesse, like, first kind of, like, he, like, came on the scene. Like, of course, like, you know, it's a journey. You know, like, everybody's on their journey. People started to take notice. Like, 2017, he put together, like, his mix series or, like, his mixtape, whatever you want to call it. Now, that's what I call rhythm, which is, like, a fun play because, like, if you're, like, a 90s baby, 2000s baby, like, you probably remember, like, the CD series of pop music. Now, that's what I call music. And so, like, he took that name, but he called it, like, now that's what I call rhythm. And, like, that's funny. Like, that's a good joke because, like, rhythm is dope. And, like, now that's what I call music was, like, shit. Like, that was trash. Like, I mean, except for, like, Shaggy, It Wasn't Me. Like, shout out, now that's what I call music 6. So he brought out, like, that first mix in 2017. And, like, that started, like, getting him some buzz. And, like, I don't want to, like, skip to the end and, like, have spoilers. But, like, he had, like, 5 volumes of that came out over time. Like, the last one came out just, like, January 2020. If you don't know, like, Subtronics and, like, you like dubstep, which I think you do because you're watching this show, go to, like, www.youtube.com. And then Google Subtronics Red Rocks, because like he has his full Red Rock set like recorded like there, and you can like see him and like listen to his musics. And like if you know anything about me, like Dubstep Pat, and like anything, you know, I love like dubstep at Red Rocks, and I love like, you know, like watching dubstep at Red Rocks on YouTube. Shouts out Skrillex Red Rocks. Shouts out Skrillex Red Rocks. You know, like fuck a live stream. You know what I mean? To get back to Jesse, you know, Subtronics, like the first project that like really like started to like blow for him, like 2017, you know, he like got on a track with a dude. But then like 2018, he dropped like the project, you know, Wooks and Lasers. Shout out Wooks. Like, you know, Crystals and Keta are cool, but like dubstep is better. Shout out to Wooks and like Wook fam. But like Wooks and Lasers, that's like a funny name, you know, like he's like funny, you know. He dropped that project like 4/20/2018. So I was like, yo, Jesse, like, my boy, like weed, you know, like 420 blaze it. I love weed. Like I love smoking weed, and I love talking about weed, and I just like, I love weed. Weed is tight. That summer, Like, he did an official remix for, again, our boys, Zed's Dead, shouts out, Z's up. He's been getting on tracks, and that brings us August 14th, 2019. Bangers 2.zip, Griz, Subtronics, GRIZTRONICS. So, that's basically, like, the history of, like, both these artists, and, like, now you have a little more, like, understanding, and, like, you know a little bit more, like, about these guys, and, like, what's up with them. And so, like, I feel like that can help you to appreciate this track a little bit more. All right. Now's the time. Like, grab those earbuds, grab those, like, boys noise cancel, like, grab them Dre beats, turn that bass up, get it, like, right. Yo, wake your folks up, get the speakers going, get that shit, like, right. Get it loud, get it proud, because it's time for that GRIZTRONICS, y'all. We're gonna fire this shit up right now, and we're gonna drop that shit in, like, 3, 2, 1. Get that shit in your ears. What's up? I just got one thing. So, like, he's talking at the beginning. It's kind of fun because, like, you hear the collab between, like, Griz and Subtronics. Oh, shit. Yeah, Miss Latia. You know, Kiel get to know, run the trap. And now, like, the song comes in. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, like Jamaican, like, I don't know, like, African, like, dude, like, being like, yo, run the trap then. Or, like, maybe British, like, I don't know, maybe that was racist. Now you feel like that kick drum coming in, and it's like the speed, the tempo's coming up. Check your radio! DJ! We come to the build. Boom, 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 boom. Build. This shit be hitting different. Boom, 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 boom. That's how this shit hits different. It's like, it comes in that grimy, you know, like filthy, but then like the drop is like like it's up high, like it's somehow like it's not heavy, but it's heavy. Ooh, it's lit. They got a little like ooh, it's lit in there, which is like tight because it is lit, like it's mad lit. Like shout out Lit Fam, litty like a titty. Alien signal, and it sounds like they're just like turning a dubstep knob, like and now like the drum is coming in, and like we know it's building again, and like I love the build because you know I fucking love drops. This shit be hitting different. Then you get like GRIZTRONICS, like they say it in there, GRIZTRONICS, which is tight. Like I love it, like when they say the name of the song in it, plus like that's who made it, so it's like dope. The second drop, it's like dubbier, it's heavier, it's wubbier. It's like light, but it's heavy, like it hits different. Now we like drop out, and it's just like some like sticky like drum stuff, and like some like kind of like random singing background. Soundboy killer. Now like drum comes in, it's building. You know it's gonna be hitting different again, you know, like that's what this track does, it hits different. Build, boom, 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 should be hitting different. So, Rock It Alive. I love like the talking in the background, like I don't know what it means, but like it adds a lot to the track for me. That shit hits different, like that's like this high frequency, like that's like some like outer limits of the like solar system shit right there. To me, like it's not like classic dubstep, but it's like, yo, this shit's fire, like this shit's like a new classic, it's like a 3-month classic. Soundboy killer. Boom. Dropsicle, drops all day, yo. All about drops. Somehow, like, even though it's like high frequency and it's like light, it's still heavy. And then it all drops out, and it's just like that kind of like new agey, like let's do a ribbon dance. That's it, you know, that's a wrap, that's the track, that's GRIZTRONICS, y'all. That shit's fire. Yeah. Shout out Griz, shout out Subtronics. That was GRIZTRONICS. That's the end of the show. Like we broke down that track, like we broke our necks, like we got on the rail for that one. First of all, we got to do some shout outs. Shout outs. First of all, I just like gotta say, like, shout out the artists, you know, like the artist behind the track. I always gotta like give out a shout out. Grant Griz, like thank you for changing my mind, like thank you for dropping that sax and being like, yo, bangers 2.zip. Thank you for like making some dubstep, like that shit's the realness. Subtronics, like you my boy, you know, like keep at it, you know, keep on that climb, like yo, like you're fire, bro. Yo, like, I don't just like do this for myself. Like, I'm not in the dubstep trenches like just for me. I'm doing what I love, which is like, I feel so hashtag blessed. I'm the man who's like curating the dubstep for all y'all, but like if I were just curating it for myself, it wouldn't be a show. So like, shouts out all of you for watching. Like, you guys are like the best, you know, like mad love for like all my dubstep fam. Yo, like, hey, like support me, supporting you by supporting me by like smashing that like button, like definitely like getting the subscribe, you know. Stay up to date with dubstep. Like if you love dubstep, hit subscribe, y'all. Like smash it, smash it, smash it, you know. You gotta subscribe, like if you want to be wise, you know. Hit the subscribe button to like give dubstep some respect. Griz and Subtronics, they like collabed and made GRIZTRONICS, and so like why don't you like collab with me by like getting in my comments and like saying something about my video. Let me know, like, are you like in agreement with me that like this is like a 3-month classic? Like, you know, within 3 months it was a like classic, you know. Like if you agree, definitely like get in the comments and let me know. If you disagree, also like let me know. Debate dubstep, hashtag debate dubstep. I was on my high school dubstep debate team, so like get in those comments, please. Like let me know, let's start a conversation, you know. But that's it, like that's the show. Thank you for keeping it wubby, thank you for keeping it dubby, and never stop riding that rail. I've been Dubstep Pat, and this is Dubstep.
Do you love bass in your face, deep, deep, dark dubstep beats, dubstep beats? Do you love bass in your face? Wait for the bass drop. Dubstep beats, wubbiest wumps and wubbiest whoops, Transformer sex, break out the fix, mosh pit, headbang, space pot, head clang, bro step, dubstep.